Welcome to Breaking News Wahala. And you know, Chimebeze is always a mess. But no bigger mess can be like the pastor you're about to see in this video. Now, based on this video, which has emerged in a popular, I think it's an Ibadan radio station, if I'm concerned. I know it's a radio station, but I don't know where, but I think it's Ibadan. It's one of the popular radio stations in Nigeria, of course. We can see the pastor being interrogated by the presenter, and also 3 witnesses were there, 2 adults and a minor. Now, the first adult who spoke in the video said that the pastor is fond of telling him to massage him whenever he goes to preach on the pulpit, whenever he comes to us to walk back from the mountain. He says, "Oh, please, can you massage my back? My body aches, my body is paining me." He would massage it, they would make the pastor feel well, just trying to do it. And he got to a stage where he gradually progressed to a point of when the pastor was saying, "Wank me over, you should masturbate him, you should wank him." And before you know, the pastor would try to start doing certain things with a certain act. And it got to a point when the masturbation continued, got to a point where it was like the pastor was now even fed up of that. And he was just like a little twist. He said, "Okay, no problem now that he wants to have carnal knowledge with him, which is sexual intercourse with him." And that day, the boy said he was not feeling too well. He had ulcer, and he had to tell the pastor that, "No, I'm not feeling too well." And because of that, the pastor chased him out. And that his other friend who spoke, second witness, was the one who had to even come to his aid. Then the ball wrote to the second witness, or the interview rather wrote to the second witness, who kicked things up and said this pastor was a bad man, mentioned a few people's name and said that he can bear witness to the wickedness of the pastor, of the prophet, the man of God. And he considered that, and he also talked about when the pastor told him that he had to do some concussions that would involve egg and gin, which is alcohol, dry gin, the Lord's gin. It's a popular gin in Nigeria that would involve alcohol. And he said, despite the fact that the pastor knows that he does not drink because he gets intoxicated easily. But the pastor still went ahead with it. But luckily for him, he was the word vomited. The pastor did not know that he vomited after a few, maybe like an hour later, when he did the most of the concussion, when he mixed it, because he broke the egg in a cup, mixed it with the gin and gave him to drink, and he was intoxicated. He didn't feel well, but he took it and had to vomit it out of his system, and he was feeling better. But the pastor did not see that, and he thought he was still intoxicated, because the guy was so tired lying down on the bed, only for the pastor to come and send the pastor off his trousers. And when the pastor was about to go down to off his boxer, then he had to scream out loud and say, "Pastor, you are not drunk. I'm not as intoxicated as you think I will be. I have vomited, and so I'm not intoxicated the way you think I am, and I know what you're actually doing." And then that was when he froze and he let go, and that was that. And since that day, he did not respect the pastor anymore. He did not greet the pastor, started to mislead him. Sorry, the pastor had to backstab him, say all manner of things, bad things about him. He even gave false reports to neighbors, to even fellow pastors, and said they should walk him out. It was even a crusade they gave him, and he told them to walk him out of the crusade, that he's a disrespectful boy, he refused to greet him, yada yada yada, and that was how he went. Then moving on to the third witness, I will try to wrap this up because of the time. Moving on to the third witness, which was the minor, and they refused to show the face of the boy. We already heard the boys, and the boy said, in my own case, we even had sex with me. That we had sex on different places. We had sex on the mountain. We had sex in the room, we had sex in the toilet, we had sex on the chair. It was like a sex escapade with the minor. Very, very disgusting thing coming from the pastor, form of sex. And he said that he can swear to it, and the pastor knows about it, and the pastor was always having continuous carnal knowledge with him. And they rolled the ball over to the pastor and asked him how he'd like to respond. The pastor said that the only thing he asked for is massage, that he could massage it because he stood on the altar for too long, or he took it for too long, or sometimes he could be working the entire day, doing prayers, working over for people, and that does not, but he never had carnal knowledge of them, or he never went to that, never went to this, those are all malicious rights against him, those are all this, and that was how the radio presenter said that this would be taken up by law, because finally for the minors, like, I will talk about the adults who can get that would be an adult, to be why we will not do it if you don't want to, but for a minor, without it, actually you are defying the minor that you have a case to answer. and said the man would have a case to answer in court, hopefully, and when they do. And then the minor said, please, one last thing we'd like to ask you, that is that they should be protected, because the man of God has always mentioned that bad things were going to happen to them. And to be honest, bad things have been happening to them. That ever since this case, when they knew that, when the pastor knew that they were going to come out with this, that there have been different attacks one way or the other. And that was how the stuff ended. I was like one kind of detailed brief summary of what that transpired in that video. I'm your host, Marvelous Afro-carribean, and I'm always joined by Chimere and Henry Ahunaya in our Toronto studios in Canada. Chimere, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, Mr. Chaffo. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Victory live from UK, United Kingdom. This is Kiro Talk. Chimere, now let's take this. You've heard everything, I've broken it down to you. This was said in Yoruba language. You did not know about it, but I'm very, very sure I gave like a very, very fantastic summary covering all the key elements of this, so you know what the case is about. Now, give us your take on this. First of all, I would like to talk about the topic of the man of God. Don't you feel like I still complain again about this man of God? But what do you feel about this case? Let's go.
Welcome to Breaking News Wahala.
It is just less than a week.
These are just accusations, allegedly. We cannot say for fact this happened. We've seen where false allegation occurs and are being a victim of false accusation. So on that note, I would say we don't have evidence. There's no evidence on ground. The one thing that people should be looking at is asking for evidence and proof. If this turns out to be a lie, what will then...
Oh, speaking of evidence, the radio presenter asked the boys there, especially the one that said he had sex with him. He said there's a doctor in the studio and they would check if he had anal sex recently. And that, that if this turns out to be a lie, you are in big trouble. And the boy said yes, that he's ready to subject himself to testing. That is actually right, that this man actually slept with him. That he can bet on everything, that he had anal sex with him or carnal knowledge of him. That is
this minor we are talking about, how old is this minor?
He should be below 18 years. So I don't know. The name was not disclosed. Face was not disclosed. You saw the video. He was the last person who spoke. And basically all we could hear was voice.
And we didn't see this minor, so we are not certain if he's a minor or not.
You can't show the face of the minor, even in the UK or many other.
You cannot show the face of the minor, but what we can see is what the radio station is claiming. So back to my point, if this happens to be a lie, how would they remedy what has been alleged? So this is the things we need to figure out. Yes, there were adults, 2 adults involved. The adults did not show us telephone conversations. The adults did not even say, okay, let us see if we can film these things so that when we take it out in the law court, we will have evidence. You are a student lawyer, and I know in your soon-to-be profession, the one thing you deal with legally is evidence. Even if you have a matter, if they are not evidence, that case will be dismissed. So I think victims should start coming out with pure evidence. At least evidence, that was the name of the church mentioned. Can any other person testify to this account? Is the man of God married? How did they be? Where did this event happen? Was it inside his house? If it was inside his house, how come they did not speak? How long has this been going on? Did it start recently? Is it 2 years ago? We need all these things to be able to draw out the timeline, because there are many people out there, due to frustration, due to different hunger, people will begin to do anything. Blackmail is the order of the day. And we've seen a lot of celebrity. We've seen a lot of people be blackmailed. So for us to be sure of this matter, the number one thing I will urge everyone is try and bring proof. I'm not saying that when they are raping you, you will have a camera there to show the rape. But before a rape happens, you will meet this person either online. This person will either try to lure you through text messages. There must be a form of evidence to show that there was a relationship. Yes, they go to this man of God's church. They may just be people who were sent to set this man of God. So we need legit evidence. Now, another thing to the Christian Association of Nigeria, men of God must begin to be given, must become accountable. Here at Deboye, on the other news, I don't want to say this, but I really have to say this, made a prayer that your colleagues will come to beg for food. You will be the go-to person, the refreshment person.
Your colleagues will be coming to you for food? They'll be coming to you for refreshment. You know, in every family, there is somebody they call the go-to person. Somebody you go to when you have a problem. Somebody you go to when you have a need. I decree that in your family, you'll be the go-to person.
And everybody is like, why? Are you trying to say that we will become beggars in 2024? So men of God should be held accountable. When you say something that interrupts societal peace, men of God should appear before a council. What council? The reason that the Christian Association of Nigeria was formed is to checkmate men of God and ministry. But the CAN Nigeria has become like just a forum. Men of God are not being checkmate. Anybody who just wake up one morning will say, God has called me, carry Bible. We don't know if he's mentally deranged. We don't know if he's going through anything. We will see men of God. That is how Reverend King carried a bunch of people and burnt them to death. What is the government doing? In a situation like this, is the Ministry of Child Affairs involved? Is the Ministry of Social Activity involved? Have they called the police into this matter? Are they taking this matter legally? Or is this just for publicity and show? So we need institutions to get into this matter. Especially, I honestly feel that this could be a propaganda against the LGBTQ movement and LGBTQ people. Why? They want to portray queer people in a bad light. Mr. Kelechi, they want to portray queer people in a bad light so that people say, see what these homosexuals are doing. See what these ones are doing. That way, hatred, homophobia will skyrocket. So we need NGOs to look into matters like this. And again, we need to also stand and say, rapists, child molesters are not part of our community. Over to you, Mr. Chafo.
Thank you very much, Chimezi. I feel like for me, the only thing I would like to add to this is that you do not need to bring this kind of story to portray the LGBT community member in a bad way. The LGBT community members have been already portrayed in a bad way. They condemn the LGBT community members every day, say negatively. The fact that you are even killed already, even gives it all already, it gives them the weapon to come at you. For me, I always say this, like children, I believe children are gifts from God and they should be protected, especially in the minor stage. When it comes to deal with children, people know I have so much passion. And I always tell these things that I will continue to stand and say that victims should be defended. The only thing I would just advise this pastor, my advice would be for him is that he should, what's the word, go all the way now. His face is already out there. The radio publicity did not try to keep, because I'm trying to be balanced that in one side, I feel like the community was the word in general, not even the community, has no place for child molesters or child offenders. But I do not see the reason why you will bring 3 witnesses, 3 of them anonymous, at least 2 spoke on camera, but with face masks. I don't know who they are. I have no face. They thought that one was not even captured anywhere because he said he's a minor. And then you bring the accused, which is a pastor. And then we are seeing his face full blown. We know his face, his name of his ministry was mentioned, the road where it was. I know basically, I've never been to his church, but because of that radio program, I know exactly where the church is located, the street, every single thing. This I can, from the way of things, it seems like that is the same place the pastor lives. That is home. And that is also his church. That could be set ablaze. Something could happen. Probably the pastor has family, I don't know, or have people living with him. Every single person is there. Yeah, every single individual there, their life is a danger. Onto what? Not get the because this was a very, very unprofessional thing from the radio presenters. I'm sorry to say. And that's why we tell the pastor to go all the way. I'm sorry, but you have to go all the way. Go all the way and see this case through. If you are innocent, sue them heavily and win some heavy damage. Like sue them heavily and go all the way. Go for the biggest amount of damages, or what's the word, that you could get, monetary compensation, monetary damages that you can get. Go all the way with this, because this is actually very, very shameful. I get the fact that you're trying to protect children and you might be triggered with the case, but like I always say again, it is better for everybody to have a fair hearing. It is better for 10 guilty persons to even go accident. That's why I always say that thing about media trial and all these paparazzi convictions. It is better for 10 guilty persons to be walking free. At least they are walking free. We know one day their loophole is going to catch on with them, than one innocent person to be sent to jail, or one innocent person being tagged for what is not. And that's why I see these days, you see people just tag people all sorts of names. Many of them say, I have nothing to do with it. I might even want to share the sentiment that the pastor might actually be LGBTQI. But probably most of the way they are trying to portray him in the way that, oh, he is a molestator, he raped me, because you look at the keywords there, and it might be like it is far from what even happened. It might be like even the first boy, the pastor just say, this is who I am, this is what I enjoy, this is what I am. Some people, because they are trying to want to please the daddy, then too they will not fall into it. Because I want to please daddy, man of God, no fees. No, it's not as if it was coerced or it was dark, or in any way. Probably just in the way of I want to please my man of God. He goes there and he does it. Probably when he wanted to get to the next level, the boy said no, and the man of God was like, say, what are you feeling like? I don't know what happened. I'm just trying to imagine all the scenarios. He could have gone in 1,000 scenarios and made them fall apart. It could have been 1,001 scenarios. It does not have to come from a place of molestation in the first place. I get the fact that you are trying to say, as a man of God, you are a shepherd over the people, and your members are your sheep. You must show that you are a good shepherd. But still in that too, we must make sure that we make things balanced. We must make sure that everybody gets a fair trial, and not all this media trial and paparazzi that I'm seeing. It's quite a shame. It's just quite a shame. Quite pathetic. And I would just advise the man of God, if you're actually out there, you listen to this, go all the way. And if you are guilty, then you are going to face the law, obviously, for having fun sex with a minor. But if you are not, you should really sue for some heavy damage, because you are very much entitled to it. Anybody can see it, and the entire world can see it, that the shamelessness and the fact that people have become moral badges. And it's just quite crazy. It's just quite crazy. Is there any final words? We'll call it about in just 1 minute here.
If you haven't subscribed to Curio Talk, please take your time to subscribe to Curio Talk. We are a community engaging news outlet and non-profit. So your likes, your clicking that subscribe button will go ahead. And if you would like to be on our show or volunteer, please reach to us at curiotalkng@gmail.com.
Thank you so much for that, Chimere. And that's been our offering on Breaking News for Allah. Don't forget to join us every episode as we bring the UVO Talk back to back. See you guys later. Peace out.